Part 1. The job. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. 3 years ago, I took a temporary contract job cataloguing abandoned properties for a county historical project. It was boring work, mostly old farmhouses, shuttered motels, places nobody had stepped foot in for decades. The job was simple: document, photograph, record notes, and leave. Then I was assigned Cedar Ridge Facility. The file was thin, too thin. No photos, no previous inspections, just a location deep in the woods and a single line of text. Decommissioned communications outpost, access permitted, do not stay after dark. That last part wasn't standard. When I asked my supervisor about it, he didn't look up from his screen. He just said, "Be in and out, and don't touch anything you don't have to." That should have been my first warning. Part 2. Arrival. 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Cedar Ridge wasn't on any map app. I had to follow printed directions that led me down a gravel road so narrow the trees scraped both sides of my car. After 20 minutes, my phone lost signal completely. Then the forest just stopped. The facility sat in a clearing like it had been dropped there by accident. Concrete structure, no windows. A rusted antenna tower leaning slightly to the left as if it were tired. No birds, no insects, no wind. The silence felt thick, like it had weight. The front door was already unlocked. Part 3. Inside. 7 o'clock, 11 o'clock. The air inside smelled stale but not dusty, more like something had been sealed in there for a long time and had only recently been let out. My flashlight beam caught long hallways, peeling paint, old wiring hanging like dead vines. Every sound I made echoed back wrong, half a second late, slightly distorted. I started recording audio notes. That's when I noticed something strange. There were footprints in the dust. Not mine. Bare feet, small, like a child's. They led deeper into the building. I followed them. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe. Or that quiet, awful feeling that if I didn't, something bad would happen. Part 4. The recording room. 11 o'clock, 14 o'clock. The footprints ended at a heavy steel door labeled Archive Room, Audio. Inside were shelves of reel-to-reel tapes, hundreds of them, all labeled with dates, none newer than 1997. I picked one at random and played it on an old machine still plugged into the wall. It started with static. Then a man's voice, calm, professional. He said, "This is log 114. Subject continues to respond to the signal, despite isolation protocols." I froze. Another voice came through, high-pitched, trembling. A child. "It talks to me when the lights go out." The tape abruptly cut to silence. Then, something else. A sound I can't properly describe, like breathing, but too close to the microphone. As if someone had been standing right there when the tape stopped. Part 5. Realization. 14 o'clock, 17 o'clock. I checked the rest of the room. No windows, no ventilation. Yet the air suddenly felt warm. That's when the lights went out. Total darkness. My flashlight flickered, then died. And in the dark, I heard it. A voice. Right behind me. Not loud, not angry, just curious. "You can hear me too, can't you?" I ran. I didn't stop running until I hit the front door and slammed straight into it. It wouldn't open. Something heavy pressed against it from the other side, breathing, slow, deliberate. Then the voice again, this time clearer. They said if I stayed quiet I could go home, but I never did. The door released. I didn't look back. Part 6. Aftermath. 17 o'clock, 19 o'clock. I reported everything. The facility was sealed the next day. Officially, it never existed. But here's the reason I'm making this video. Last week, I found something in my old work bag. A cassette tape, no label. I don't own anything that plays cassettes. But last night, I woke up to a sound coming from my living room. Static and a familiar voice. Log 115. New subject shows promising auditory sensitivity. I haven't slept since, and sometimes, when the lights are off, I hear breathing. Right next to my bed. Outro. 19 o'clock, 20 o'clock. If you've made it this far, I need you to listen carefully. If you ever hear a voice in the dark that sounds like it's waiting for you to answer, don't. Because once it knows you can hear it, it never stops talking. And it's very patient. Pause. Silence for several seconds before ending the video.